Hi YouTube, thanks for watching. A little bit of an announcement about the channel, okay? The views aren't going terribly well at the moment. I am thinking of moving the astrology back to my other channel, Twig Brother. I will attempt to put a link in, but my computer is being fussy. I won't go without you, but if you possibly could, look me up on Twig Brother, and if I can get everyone over there, then I can build that channel up, because that's a lot bigger than this one. There's a bit more oomph behind it, so I can get the word out better on that one. Okay, here is today's astrology. Sunday the 28th of October 2018, and what's happening today? Not a great deal through the body of the UK day. Slightly different in the States and Canada, but there's a long void, of course. It started at 4:37 a.m. UK time, which has changed, by the way, more on that in a second, and it goes on to 23:26 tonight, 26 minutes past 11, when the moon is going to enter Cancer. Emotions will kind of be on the way up, basically. People feel their vulnerability and they can be a little bit touchy about it. Some need a bit of seclusion, a bit of isolation, so we're heading that way. It's a good time if you actually want to be looking after other people, and the dynamics of the whole thing work. That is very important to it as well. But you know, emotional difficulties on the other hand might be an obstacle to getting things done, particularly in matters of business, but that's pretty much going to be the case through Monday. We're in this void, of course, today, and of course if you're in the States and Canada, that might be a different kettle of fish altogether. Now then, I usually at least try to give you the States and Canada times, but I cannot at the moment because British summertime ended at 2 a.m. UK time today. We are now back on GMT, which means that if you were 8 hours behind my times yesterday, you're now 7 hours behind. And if you were 5 hours behind, you're now 4 hours behind. Quite how we stand with New Zealand, I'm not sure, but I suspect they're 15 hours ahead at the moment. This all changes next Sunday, the 4th of November, when the States and Canada go back onto whatever their normal time is, I suppose. Pacific Standard Time and Eastern Standard Time. That's it, I have remembered. So we are going that way, and that sounds a bit confusing, isn't it? And it is rather a confusing day, actually, because we have this void, of course. Basically, things aren't going to go all that well. It's just about that simple. On the other hand, vision questing, you know, is indicated because the sun is actually trining Neptune, as well as the moon being void in Gemini. So future vision is possible. Visualize and believe, right? Now this is kind of a cosmic sounding thing, and it's certainly a part of my spiritual practice and the spiritual practice of a lot of people I know. But just look at it in totally ordinary terms if you want, because it works perfectly in totally ordinary terms. If you want something and you believe that you can get it, it's going to happen eventually, because you're going to keep pushing, and whatever the obstacles are, however painful it might be to get there, you can get there. Yeah, that's how it's going to work. On the other hand, if you'd really love to have something and you want this and you just think, oh, I will never get it, I just haven't got it, no, I won't ever be able to do that, then the fact is it simply isn't going to happen, is it? So when I say visualize and believe, sure, go right up there with the angels if that's your way, it's my way. But you know, just look at the world around you and think about it. Believe in yourself, believe in what you intend to do, because intent is everything in the spiritual world, in the real world. What your intent is will eventually lead you in the direction you intend to go in. Okay, so it's a really good day for that with the sun trining Neptune, but that moon is void in Gemini. Communications could be a bit funny, could lack focus. We are also, of course, in the pre-shadow to Mercury retrograde, which isn't happening for a while yet, but we are starting to feel the first influence of that. Mercury itself conjunct Jupiter. We may see educational and religious matters coming to the fore. I really don't know because of the retrograde situation, but we are sure to benefit from being careful over anything to do with travel and transport at this time, and that plays into just absolutely anything really, because it's all about communication. Mercury is the messenger of the gods in Roman mythology, so that's the way it's going. November is an interesting month, more about that as we go forward. But let's just think about next Sunday, the 4th of November, when the UK and the States and Canada are kind of back in the usual time relationship, and I can make a bit more sense. I hope I've made some sense of that for you today, folks. Later. Meanwhile, have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.